Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank. Busey, your dream, our promise. Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Wynette. I'm joined now by Thomas Reed and Brenda Davis, representing DuPage County ACT-SO. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear about this program because I know you're doing some really good work in the community. Thomas, I'm going to start with you. Share with our viewers a little bit about the vision and mission of DuPage County ACT-SO.
Well, ACT-SO is an academic program for high school and junior high school students. We meet every month from September through February with a competition in March, and it's really geared towards giving them that good feeling about excellence and giving them opportunity to showcase their talents and learn something new that they probably wouldn't have learned otherwise.
Okay, wonderful. Now, Brenda, you have different categories because you talked about they're coming in, and I know we've covered the competition in March, which is super exciting, and lots of Naperville kids that have been in there, so we're always super proud. But talk about the categories that the students can get engaged with.
Great. The categories, our junior high students, they're learning to do coding, they're using analytical skills, they're learning oral and written presentation skills, and they work as a team when they compete. Our high school kids, they're competing in STEM, visual arts, performing arts, humanities, and entrepreneurship. So they get up to 32 categories they can compete in. Generally across the different states, but our chapter is doing 31 categories because we don't do culinary right now.
Okay, all right. Well, we can eat some food. We don't have to learn how to create it, right?
Right.
No, talk a little bit about that because you said you've got the categories and then you're competing here and then you roll up to a national competition. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. So the students coming from about 5 different counties, DuPage, Kane, Will, Kendall, and parts of Cook County, they're from a number of different high schools in the area. So they are competing individually, the high school students. The junior high students are competing as a team, so it's not as challenging for them, so it's less competitive.
Okay.
So they compete at the local level, which is here at the College of DuPage, and then when the high school students, when they win the gold medal, then they go off to the national competition. This year was in San Antonio, next year will be in Detroit, Michigan.
Nice, and you've sent people, I know, because we've covered it, you've sent people on, which is great. Thomas, talk about the students that you serve with this program.
The students come, as Brenda mentioned, from the local area. So these are high school students, African American students, and junior high school students. We don't have any type of criteria for them, such as GPA. We take everyone that wants to participate. So we want them to be open to everyone that is involved, wants to be involved. So the students are, like I said, from 6th grade all the way up to 12th grade, participate in the program.
Okay. Now, what kinds of, they're meeting monthly, right, you said, so what kinds of activities would you do when they come together and gather each month?
Yeah, for our high school students, we have facilitators or professionals that talk to them about their particular category that they're competing in. So, for example, for our STEM categories, instructor might talk about how to set up an experiment or how to put together your report after you have your results. Or for photography, might talk about lighting or how to put together a storyboard for the pictures that you want to take. So those are the type of things that are going on every month at our enrichment sessions. Okay,
so you're really partnering those kids with some mentors in the community. I mean, they're coming in and doing presentations, but you're making very valuable connections for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you see some of those relationships continuing on past the actual competition and the work that you're doing? I mean, I think, oftentimes getting kids those connections is such an important part, right?
One of the really neat things that the kids really learn out is networking.
Yeah.
So they learn how to talk about what they want to do in life and how they find out about how to get there. So as they work with these mentors and with our facilitators, they get that practice of learning about something and wanting to learn more about it. So they do have long-term relationships with some of these mentors. One of the neat things is we have a partnership with Argonne National Laboratories for our STEM categories, and they match us up with scientists at the labs to work with our students, and those have turned out to be some really good relationships with the students.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now, let me ask, so how do you connect all those businesses? I mean, 31 categories is a lot of categories. I mean, I love the fact that you're everything from STEM to visual arts. I mean, you're really covering a broad range of opportunities for those students. How how do you get the connections in all of those categories?
We do a lot of recruiting in the community. We go out to different events and we talk to people that are alumni, the parents. We go to corporations and ask for their employee networking groups if they will help us with mentoring the students to get them ready. Any opportunity we have, we enlist people to help the students from all the various categories.
That in and of itself is just such a great addition, right, for them. Talk a little bit about the current needs that you might have with your program, because obviously I'm assuming one of them is you always need mentors, right, and businesses to come in and be supportive. But what are some of your other needs?
I guess the first thing I would say is we want to recruit students. That is the main reason we're here. Okay. We want to get junior high and high school students. Our last orientation will be October 20th for the high school students, and we want to just spread the word and get students engaged in the program. The other needs, I would say, volunteers. It takes over 300 volunteers to run this program, so not just the mentors, we need judges, we need help with social media, with press releases, anything that will get people to know about the program and also to help the students so they can be enriched and learn more in the various categories. Okay. And then sponsorship. We have to get these students, the ones that win the gold medals, we have to get them to nationals.
Right.
Nationals is Detroit. We want to get them, all the gold winners, off to Detroit, and we have to have chaperones in order to do that.
Okay.
So I would say those are the most pressing. Thomas, can you think of any others besides the volunteers and the students and the sponsorships?
Yeah, I think those are the most pressing needs. Mentors, one-on-one mentors is always an area that we really work hard to get. So that's another area that we really want people that are, professionals in, say, art or performing arts to volunteer and work with us.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now, you talked about student recruitment. So if I'm a student and I want to get engaged with your program, what's the best way for me to do that?
The best way is to go to our website. There's a registration form on the website, and then come to our orientation. The next one is, as Brenda mentioned, is on the 20th of October. And they can get engaged. Okay,
that's wonderful. I wish you all the best with this program. I know, as I say, we have covered a number of stories with the winners for the categories and folks that have gone on to your national competition, and some of the projects that they work on are just incredible, absolutely incredible. So keep up the good work, and we'll hope that you'll have a good student recruitment come October 20th.
Thank you.
If you would like to learn more about how you can get engaged with DuPage County ACT-SO, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.